Welcome back. Now in this tutorial I'll be talking about the Bootstrap table. So without wasting much time, let's go straight and know what the Bootstrap table is. Okay, the Bootstrap 5 table displays data in a grid format similar to rows and column. We all know what table is. Table is a representation of data in rows and column. All right, so using Bootstrap 5 tables you can dramatically enhance the appearance of basic HTML table. Okay, now the basic table, which is the Bootstrap 5 table, requires a table tag with the table class to get the default table format. All right, and so the table header uses the th, right? The table header uses the t header and the th, which is the table heading data, with the tr, which means once you have your table tag ready, once you have your table tag, you've opened your table tag. So inside your table tag you have the t head, right? And inside the t head you have the th. All right, and inside the th you can also have the tr, which is the table row. All right, so now inside the t body uses the t body, which is the table body, and the td, which is the table data, with the tr, which is the table row. Now we have the basic table classes. We have the table classes that creates the default table on the web page, right? And we have the table hover, the table hover classes, which uses the highlights table row where the mouse arrow is pointed, right? The table hover highlights the table row where the mouse arrow is pointed. Okay, now the table bordered also display a border around the table, right? Now we have the table strip, which displays the table in a strip format. So without wasting much time, let's go to our text editor and I'll show you how it works. Already I have my table, I have a table set here. Yes, I have a table set here already, and which I have created for the course of this tutorial. Now as you can see, we have all our HTML heading, all the tags that are supposed to be in the heading and in the body. Now remember, I told you from the start, before we start Bootstrap, I told you Bootstrap have two types of container, which is the container, a container class, and the container field class. Now I'll be using the container class. All right, as you can see right here, I'll be using the container class, so that it will just take a fixed width. I don't want it to take the whole width of my screen. That is why I used a container class, so that it will just take a particular width, a fixed width of my screen. All right, so after that I went ahead to create a h2 tag inside the div. I created a h2 tag inside the div, which I named basic table class. This is just the heading to showcase or to show the different types of table class. So if I'll be doing for the table hover class, I'll still do the same thing, and I'll change it to the table hover class. All right, so that you can spot the difference between those table classes. All right, and now after that I created the table tag, right? I created a table tag and I gave it a class of table. Remember, in the presentation I told you the first class there is the table class, which displays the basic table format on our web page. All right, so inside the table tag I created a t head, right? I created a t head and the th, which is the table heading. Now the table heading now will have the heading. You all know how a table is. All table must have a heading. All cell in the table must have a heading. So now we have three headings here, which is the first name, last name, and email, right? And we closed the heading right here. Okay, now the next thing we did was to open the t body, right? And what we want to be in the under each of the table heading, right? We have the t body and we created a table row, right? And for each table row we created a table data, a particular data that is expected to be in each of the row. All right, so now after doing all that, so let's go to our browser now and see how this looks. Okay, this is exactly how it will look like. All right, this is exactly how it will look like, right? If you notice, it's only taking the fixed width. It's taking a fixed width, not taking the whole width of my screen. It's just taking a particular width of my screen. All right, so now let's go back and let me illustrate other types of table for you. Okay, so I'll just copy this, paste it here. Paste it here. Okay, so here we have the first one here is the table class. The second one, let's say the table hover, right? The third one, let's say, is table border, right? Table border. A fourth one, okay, we just have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here we put table strip. So let's go to our refresh. This is not working. What's happening? Okay, so what is the mistake here? Let me see. We are all in the container. Okay, I think it's I missed the spelling of, okay, I think I missed the spelling, so let me just go back and correct them. So let's go back, refresh. So why is it still not? Okay. I did a mistake. So I was supposed to put the table, which is the first one, which is the first class here. I was still supposed to put this one here. So I was supposed to put the table hover, table bordered. Okay, this is how it's supposed to be. This is how it is supposed to be. So let's see if it works this time. And yes, it does. Okay, so let me change all the headings so that we can spot the difference between them. Okay, so this now is basic table hover class. Basic table hover class. Have basic table bordered class. Basic table bordered class. Basic table stripped class. So I think that's all. Alright, so let me go back and refresh. Okay, so now we see how all the tables look like. Alright, this is the stripped class table. Now we see for the strict class, you can see it has something like a zebra line, right? No, zebra is black and white, but here we have hash and white. Okay, now for the bordered table, you can see the border around. It creates a border around. And for the hover, the table hover, if you notice, whenever I bring my mouse closer, it brings out a particular gray color. All right, now we can spot the difference between the four types of table classes. All right, now, so after doing that, now we'll end our tutorial here, and in the next tutorial we'll talk about the bootstrap form. All right, now see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.